Hi, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, How to Modernize Your Applications and Drive Business Value with Amazon Aurora. My name is Chuck Edwards, and I'm the Global Lead for AWS Database Partners, and thanks very much for your time today. So we all know that more and more business models are embracing the cloud. From SaaS applications like Salesforce to new and innovative business models like Airbnb and Netflix, the cloud is becoming a more ubiquitous part of application development and delivery. And customer adoption of the cloud has been so rapid and so strong that in 2017, as you can see from this quote here, IDC reported that all ISVs who want to stay relevant to their customers need to have some sort of cloud strategy or adopt the cloud in some way. And backing up IDC's assertion, we see additional data from Gartner. Gartner reports that 28% of spending within key enterprise IT markets will shift to the cloud by 2022, up from 19% in 2018. And they also report that by 2020, all new entrants and 80% of historical software vendors will offer subscription-based business models as well. And so what does this mean if you're an ISV? So if you're an ISV thinking about your move to the cloud, there's a few things that you can think about. At AWS, we see successful ISVs, those that are growing their business in the cloud is what I mean by successful, take a more modern approach to software development. And this is an approach to designing, building, and managing applications that enables faster innovation and increased customer responsiveness. The best practices of modern application development arose from our experience serving millions of customers and building applications for Amazon.com. And we've observed common approaches that enable our customers to increase agility and build better applications that support the success of their businesses. So why are ISVs modernizing applications on the cloud? They're rethinking their applications because the cloud lets them move faster and creates a lot more value for their customers at a lower cost. Things like pay-as-you-go pricing and on-demand infrastructure mean that ISVs don't have to pay for more than they use, which are savings that can then be passed on to their customers. They can also build in global resiliency and durability without paying expensive license fees for disaster recovery and high availability features for their software. And they can scale globally as fast or as slowly as they want without deploying hefty capital expenditures, not just for hardware, but upfront licensing costs as well, keeping innovation high and costs low for their customers. So while different ISVs approach these practices from different starting points, we do see some commonalities. One of the most common starting points is to move away from the expense and restrictions of commercial databases, which often increases customers' application cost of ownership while adding little actual business value. ISVs who can avoid these cost restrictions have an advantage when considering the global market of millions of AWS customers. Because customers still expect performance, availability, and durability, but they don't expect to purchase additional database licenses for these behaviors. Customers expect ISVs to support their own modern development practices as they move their infrastructure to the cloud. And they definitely look for flexibility and speed of deployment that's difficult or impossible to achieve on-premise. Commercial databases specifically present some fundamental challenges when considering a cloud deployment strategy. Scaling and agility is limited to hardware availability, location, and even license availability and costs. Imagine a customer deploying your software with single points of failure just because they don't want to spend additional money on database licenses. And as customers move to the cloud, on-premise database solutions often don't natively integrate, forcing customers and ISVs to build or buy the integration that they need. So we've received a lot of feedback from customers and from ISVs who listen to their customer about what they really need in cloud-native database solution. They tell us that commercial databases like Oracle and SQL Server have lots of amazing features, but they come at a really high price, many times as add-ons and not included in the base product. And ultimately, these costs, whether they're used or not, must be passed through to the end customer, raising the total cost of ownership for an ISV's application without adding direct business value in many cases. As customers and ISVs alike rethink their applications for the cloud and AWS, they've made it clear to us what's important. They don't want a huge list of features that they may or may not use. They want speed of deployment, hyperscale performance, cloud integration, and they definitely don't want to pay huge upfront licensing and punitive ongoing support costs just to run their business applications in the cloud. And as we can see from this data, again from IDC, they're clearly showing us that relational database in the cloud is projected to far outpace on-premise deployments. By 2021, 34% of worldwide relational database systems will have moved to the cloud as to 2.6% on-premise. And this is a projection, but this is definitely showing the trend as seen by IDC. So this growing trend and customer feedback is why we built Amazon Aurora, which delivers the performance of commercial grade databases with the pricing, freedom, and flexibility of open source databases. Amazon Aurora is a MySQL and Postgres compatible relational database built for the cloud that combines the performance and availability of high-end commercial databases with the simplicity and cost effectiveness of open source databases. Aurora has 5 times the performance of standard MySQL and 3 times the performance of standard Postgres with the security, availability, and reliability of commercial grade databases at 1/10 the cost. Aurora is also fully managed with repeatable operational tasks like provisioning, patching, backups, and even automatic failover to secondary sites. Finally, Aurora is an integrated cloud-native database with features like Lambda and S3 integration and serverless deployments, where the database instance computing power can grow and shrink on demand. Customer reaction to Aurora has been overwhelming, making it the fastest growing service in the history of AWS. In 2015, Aurora already had thousands of customers, including enterprises like NBC Universal, PG&E, and the United Nations. In 2016, the number of customers grew by 3.5 times, with household names like Netflix, LexisNexis, and Ticketmaster joining the list. And in 2017, the number of customers grew by 2.5 times, with organizations like Expedia, NASDAQ, Verizon, CBS Interactive, Dow Jones, and Hulu running their business critical workloads on Aurora. Today, we have tens of thousands of enterprises and startups running their applications on Aurora. Using Amazon Aurora as a foundation for ISV software provides a number of strategic benefits. First, AWS has millions of customers, and they consistently choose solutions that do not require purchase and maintenance of commercial databases. Second, removing the cost of commercial database license can reduce customer TCO for ISV software, regardless of a SaaS or single-tenant deployment model. Third, eliminating these heavy upfront costs from ISVs and their customers, embracing the pay-as-you-go resourcing model opens the door for more flexibility in deployment and pricing options that customers expect in the cloud. And finally, Aurora's native integration with other AWS services opens the door for innovation that really matters to ISV customers, including AWS Analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning services. And it's not just cloud-native startups embracing Aurora. Many familiar ISVs like BMC and Infor offer Aurora-based or Aurora-compatible versions of their software. So to help the growing community of ISVs who are modernizing their offerings with Amazon Aurora, in 2018, AWS launched the Database Ready program. Database Ready provides the people, tools, and support that ISVs have asked for to help them deliver a cloud-native Amazon Aurora-based offering to their customers. The program mission is to help ISVs build profitable cloud-native solutions faster with Amazon Aurora. The program provides some standard benefits. While building, ISVs have access to technical support from both AWS and our Database Ready system integrator partners, as well as service credits to help offset development costs. When an application is ready for customers, we'll feature on the Database Ready webpage, and we also may make it ready for launch through AWS Marketplace if that makes sense for the ISV. Finally, Database Ready can help accelerate net new and legacy customer adoption of your Aurora platform through marketing development funds and go-to-market promotion and support. And as I just mentioned, Database Ready employs some really skilled modernization partners to help ISVs make the move to Aurora and AWS. These partners are vetted by the AWS Database Partner Team as experts in database modernization and have strong backgrounds and track records of customer success modernizing ISVs to use Amazon Aurora, as well as migrating end customers to AWS solutions. They also have close access to the AWS Database Solution Architecture team and our product managers to help you quickly architect, build, and deploy an Aurora-based offering. Taking a closer look at some of our Aurora-enabled ISVs, Alfresco found they could scale 10 times on Aurora MySQL over their self-managed MySQL deployments. Alfresco now scales to over 1 billion documents with a throughput of 3 billion documents per hour on their Aurora MySQL deployment. And BMC recently certified their Remedy application to run on Aurora Postgres. BMC Remedy customers who are paying thousands or tens of thousands of dollars for SQL Server or Oracle licenses can now deploy Remedy on AWS and drop those licensing costs. So thanks again for your time. For more information about the Database Ready program, make sure to visit the program homepage on the AWS website.